Zosalapa, Thau Nepal Sambachinsa Sau Nita Batsalaga, Naomi Mangvaiti, Halinian Hianita WN Daily Broadcast as a Taskusana Zana, G, Neetu Dongol. Fulniwa Organization Paki, Hianitaniku Kata, Jazan Hekawatan Pangu Bue, Jibunewa Pagu, Galidutaki Agaya, Google Translation and Validation Session, Gunatin is a Kachita ध्यान भएचंगु धासा थे चिपिnsana tu jaja de botika ti paina pom botika ya ditan kana jana ate wno pakini gu be wdv jajo ध्यान भएचंगु ba nisia gudata ila nisi ध्यान भएचंगु jila ate he wdv jajo le thi khile pala न्याका वयाजना dp थागु योगदान ब्यादि वयाजना dp हने बापी व्यक्तित्व पि पाहा बना वेकपिना पखला बला याना वयाजना गुजुला Kejajo Chipinsana Zoom pakai dia lisi Facebook Live WNO ya official Facebook page pakai Facebook Live na saya cina DeFi. Ati chipin go pakai na pakai niti cina hisa ta dugu jasa edi Facebook Live pakai saya cina dugu jasa Facebook Live comments na po WNO WDB ya Zoom pakai saya cina dugu jasa Zoom mil halona hisa ta ya DeFi. Nasi WDB ya thau ya nisa wo gui gungu be dafa mi halami pahajiadi संगीत विशेष राज्ययाना दिमविका नेवा बाजा नेवा मे उकिसना विशेष याना लोक उन्मुख संगीत पुनरुत्थानिया गुज्या संलग्न जियाचना दिगु वेक अथे वेकला फोल्क लोक स्थापना वेकला सामाजिक व सांस्कृतिक क्षेत्र संगीत या अध्ययन या गुजक मखु संगीत या तन्हु रूप बिगुना याना वयाचना दिगु अते हे का था जग दाफा मे हालेको मखुकी थाली सिटी से मे पित उकिसना विशेष याना नेवा मिस्तेता नेवा बाजा थागु नेवा मे हालेको नीति जागरुक याना वचना दिगुतु बेका जियादी बने पापाखे दाफा मे हाला मी पाहा मेजु पुष्पा पलाञ्चोकी जु बेका यात ठाउँ यात ज्याजले लस्को सियानी ह चिकापिन त छौ विशेष जानकारी व्याजना थ ज्याजो छ वेकन आप वेकला नेपाल भाषा खला बलाया बच्चा जया मछिको कारण हैन वेकन आप अल्टरनेटिभ भाषा खला बलाया गुजी राखा थासे थुकिया लागि माफी फोसे आरास थ यता ज्याजन ह्याका जना दक्षिण पा वेका यता थ ज्याजो छ लस्कसिया जसला पुष्पमा वेलकम टु WDB program.
Joshua, thank you so much for having me here.
So, how are you, ma'am?
I'm pretty good and excited about this conversation that we are going to have. And once again, thank you so much for having me here. I have heard so much about World Neva organization, and I know that this organization has been working on varied sectors regarding Neva culture, and the organization is an umbrella organization for Neva people here in Nepal and the whole Neva diaspora. So I'm excited to be here and share what I've learned and experienced in these few years with my experience with the Neva communities here in Kirtipur. So yeah, thank you so much.
Okay. Before we start our conversation, can you please tell us about brief introduction about yourself and also about this your organization Folklore and also your involvement in Dafa music.
So my name is Pushpa Palanchoke, and I was born and raised in Bonepa. So after my marriage, now I have been living in Machekau. Besides that, I just recently finished my graduate studies in ethnomusicology. So I prefer to call myself an applied ethnomusicologist. So I did my MA degree from Music Department of Kathmandu University, and I've been on field recording Nepali indigenous music, indigenous sounds, and engaging with community musicians since 2014. So despite having started my musical journey as a stage performer, however, I got more interested in community music making and the functionality of such music. So having encountered numerous community-based music and seeing the importance of such music in the community, and also seeing these community-based music practices at REX, I conceptualize a folklore program that aims to support music communities, that aims to build agency of these music communities so that they can revitalize, the music groups themselves can revitalize their traditions. So I conceptualized this folklore program in 2019, and since then I've been receiving continuous support from Satori Center for the Arts. So this organization is a community-based arts program itself, and it's been there in the art field of Nepal since I think it's already been 10 years that this organization is there. And so yeah, about folklore. Folklore from its very year of inception in 2019, it has been closely working with Dafa music group from Kirtipur, one particular Dafa music group, Tonani Dafa Khala. And amazingly, we have received very good support from the community itself, that the community that we've been able to, increase the membership of the Dafa Khala itself. And since our partnership, we have seen an exponential growth in women participation, especially, and also in interest of youths. Besides that, the Akhachi itself has besides that, the Akache itself, which earlier used to be just a musical house, now the community people are actually, you know, seeing Akache as a learning center, and they are taking the Akache itself forward, introducing different education and arts related programs through Akache to the community people. So yeah, that's it about folklore, and we've been doing different kind of activities through folklore. I think I will mention about that later during our conversation. So yeah.
Okay, sure, ma'am. And about since you are involved in Dafa music, can you please tell us about and express about the history of Dafa music, how it started and how it works?
Yeah, I can do that. So before we proceed on to the, the historical or the technicality aspect of the Dafa itself, I will just sing a Dafa song to the audience, if you allow me, so that it's easier for us to understand what Dafa music is, or how the song structure is. And also in Dafa music, particularly before we initiate or start any program, we or any ritual, we offer musical offering to Ganedya. So I'm going to sing this song called Ganesh Gwara that I learned from the gurus of Tonani Dafa Khala, to take name of the Guru Siddhi Narayan Mahajan. So I've been learning few songs from Siddhi Narayan Mahajan, and he's been very kind and very wise in sharing his knowledge with me. So if you allow me.
Sure, ma'am.
So in the meantime, I would like to request the audience to, note down how the song flows, so that later I can elaborate on this and you can understand, the difference of any other regular songs and a Dafa song. अति शोभला वनस्पति संचालन संचालन पाली अति शोभला अति शोभला छिपाली ने पाया को सभी वजीता वासना विगन विनाशना विगन विनाशना अति शोभला अति शोभला नाम संचालन संचालन संचालन
Okay, thank you so much.
So well, that was Ganesh Vara with a song Achali Ganaspati. So I will first, before going into the musical structure itself, I'll just briefly define Dafa music itself. So Dafa music is a vocal genre that is usually accompanied by symbols like you saw and heard. This is called ta, and so in the original setting, this ta is also accompanied by another symbol called baucha, and while ta and baucha they keep the meter intact for the song. Ki baza, you must have heard of it. It's a barrel drum. It's a two-headed barrel drum, and that has tuning pegs in both sides. So ki baza, on ki baza, various kali is performed, and yes, it's a vocal genre. A group of people sing sitting in a row, and sometimes the music station is also accompanied with other music instruments like trumpet, ponga, and also by other percussion instruments like nagara uh, or um, or pachima, and other percussion instruments that falls under now Dafa. To talk about the history of Dafa music, Dafa music is understood to have originated in the Malla courts between the time of 15th to 16th century. There are also other narratives that take its history further back to 11th and 12th century, but So given the the proofs that we have, uh, we can the traceable history is between 15th to 16th century. So Dafa music uh, is architectonic in nature. That means that it is structured, and we can call it architectonic not only because it is based on defined raga and tala system, but also because it is believed that Dafa groups were created to complement the shrines and temples that were built during Malla period in homage of protecting deities of the Neva settlement. So Dafa music is very much shaped by the architecture, the physical space of Neva community itself, and also vice versa. The Dafa music itself has shaped a lot of the Neva rituals, the Neva festivals, the Neva values, and Neva belief system. Um, so now I will come to the musical features of Dafa. Uh, Dafa is based on a very peculiar kind of raga and tala system. So raga and tala system are quite common in most South Asian music traditions. However, unlike popular North and South Indian traditions, Dafa is kind of guided by its own rules. In the song that I sang just before a few minutes, uh, you heard me singing a kind of alap in the beginning that's called Rag Kegu. So most of the Dafa songs uh, are most of the Dafa songs are followed by Rag Kegu itself. So it is very much similar to the improvisational alap that is taken in North classical Indian singing. However, the difference in this rag kegu, that literally translates to take rag, sing rag. Uh, Raga kegu in Dafa is actually a fixed alap. Uh, uh, Very rarely you will hear the singers doing improvisations in rag kegu. For me, given I was trained in North Indian classical khayal singing during my undergraduate studies, I have a little bit of that influence coming in. So sometimes I, unintentionally happen to improvise a little during Rakegu, but for Dafa, actually, the Rakegu is a fixed alap. So in the Ganesh Gwara that I sang, it is in Bizay Rag. You must have heard of Bizay Rag in North Indian or South Indian classical music. However, uh, the melodic, the melodic structure within Dafa and the melodic, let's not the melodic structure, but the notes, the melodic notes aren't quite defined in Dafa, probably because the tradition is quite old, and we never had any system of transcribing these notes, or we never had any drone kind of instrument accompanying the singing itself. However, there are numbers of rags in ragas practiced within Dafa colors of Kathmandu Valley, and also around Kathmandu Valley. Um, uh, so here at Tonani alone, I have heard from gurus that they still practice some 26 rags, and most of these rags can be found listed actually in the earliest ragging systems. So, giving you an example, some 11 rags that are still in practice here in Tonani are also mentioned in Kutban Suravardi's Hindu Sufi literary work, Mirighavati. This particular literary work was composed in 1503, and it has list of ragas. So it is my assumption that the archaic forms of raga are still secured in Mewar communities, and this actually could be a very interesting topic of research. But however, I haven't dwelled much into this particular area. Uh, Besides raga, speaking about tala, so in the singing that I did earlier in the session, in the beginning, right after the raga section, I sang a kind of header of the song. That header is called gwara. So gwara is a combination of more than one tala. Uh, so the lyrics is actually woven into not just one tal but more than one tal. Um, so within Dafa there are different tals. When we say tal, it would mean a combination. It would mean a cycle. No? So in Dafa, we can hear we can hear masters talk about different uh, um, different tiles. Like for example, chotal. It's a four matra kotal, and portal is seven matra kotal, and we have brahmatal, which is six matra kotal, jhaltal, five matra, panch matra kotal. We also have jatital, that's sat matra kotal, and there's also Grahatal, which sounds similar to Portal, which sounds similar to Jatital or Portal, but it's a 14 matra kotal, 14 matra kotal, and there's also Ektal, while in North Indian classical, Ektal is a 12 cycle, 12 beat cycle wala tal, but in Dafa, Ektal is kind of a triplet, and so yeah, those are some of the tals that I have heard of from the masters here at Tanani. Uh, and so speaking about the song composition itself, after Gwara, the section that followed a single tal, that section is called Chali. And Chali, we can understand is it as stanzas of songs in any modern song you hear these days. So we can understand Chali as a stanza, and within Chali there are three other sections. The first line of a Chali is called Dhua. It's signified with the Dhu in most of the Dafa manuscripts. And the second line is called Ja, somewhere it's also called Nitya Chali, Nitya Chali, sorry. And the second line is called Litwa Chali, or also Ola. And so how even while singing the Chali, there's a specific structure that the song follows. So first you sing the dua once, not just once, but it's repeated multiple times because since it's community-based music, there are multiple singers, and the song is sung in a duet manner. A group sings certain line, and the other group repeats the same line. So yes, dua is repeated twice, thrice, and then after the Ja or Nitwa Chali is sung, and then it's again repeated for multiple times, and then comes the Litwa Chali, and again it's repeated multiple times, and again after singing that, it goes back to Ja, the Nitwa Chali, and then it comes down to Litwa Chali again. So when I was singing, since I was not accompanied by key Maza, I was actually singing without taking any breaks in between. However, when you sing with the Dafa, with the uh, key Maza accompaniment, in between the key Maza takes the go sections where the vocals rest, and the Kimaza gives a signal that another section is coming in. So yeah, that's about the musical structure and a little bit of history of Dafa music.
And I want to say that is Ganesh Gwara can be said as can be called as Mangal Acharan.
Yeah, maybe you can understand it that way, but I don't know if I can use that term for the Ganesh Vara, because I don't think I have that authority of calling it that. So, but yeah, we can understand it that way, given it is sung in the beginning of any rituals or any occasions. Yeah.
Okay. And is there any specific time to sing this Dafa song, or you can, how they usually sing Dafa song?
Uh, I could not get full of your question. Can you repeat that again,
Okay,
Neetu?
I want to ask is there any specific time to sing this Dafa song? How they
Yes. Mm.
this type of this Gwara and Dafa songs?
So, well, within Dafa, when I spoke about raga, I should have mentioned, but yeah. Within raga, what happens is like so each raga has its own color. So certain ragas are sung in the morning, certain raga are sung in the afternoon, certain ragas are sung in the evening. However, besides that, there are other certain compositions which have which are driven rather by their functionality. So about this Ganesh Vara that I sang, uh, since its function is to initiate any ritual, it there isn't any strict norm about when or when not to sing this at what time or what time or what season to sing this song. However, Ganesh Gwara is usually sung in the beginning of any rituals, and this particular Gwara that I sang, um, I suppose um, uh, the Tanarin Dafa Khala also sing this song when when they uh, offer they do this annual procession called Devi Pyakha in the month of Dasai. So they actually sing Ganesh Kwara while initiating this ritual dance itself. So yeah, that's it about Ganesh Kwara. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, we can continue our conversation. Let's keep that aside. And we have also Zoom participants here, and I guess, okay, Indraman wants to ask you a question. I will ask him to I will ask him to unmute the mic.
I will ask in the Nepal Bhasha.
Sure, Indramanji. I will try to understand.
I'll ask in this question in Nepal Bhasha because my name is Indraman Mazun. Jurna Indraman Mazun ka. Khasa the Nepal Bhasha question in the Tenagula. Dafa me सम्बन्धित हुँदा मगला भारतीय शास्त्रीय संगीत अंतर्गत लाइपी दाग व दाफा मेपी दाग युक्ति छु भिन्नता दुखी मरो हालियो तरिका व थ्याउ तरिकाले ल एक डिफरेंट खन्नु त शास्त्रीय संगीत नाले व नेपाली उपति दाफा मेपी दाग यो नाले छु भिन्नता दुले कौन यसा जुला दियो सेकेन्ड यसा चाहिँ छु दाबे उनपछि दाफा मे दाइ खास दाफा मे हालले चाहिँ मूलत खास चाहिँ सूर्य चाहिँ गनि देव नसजे मे आशा न अपो के दाग्यो नि चाहिँ राजै नातेमा कारण चाहिँ सुखमा दियो सेकेन्ड यसा ल त्यसको सुंगु यसा चाहिँ जसले दाफा मे के इतिहास थियो मल्ल कालिन खति वसिया दुसरी कालिन दुदै त अभिव्यक्त दु इते चाहिँ जो कथा खोजिरे बिजु सुंगु यसा लका
Thank you, Indramanji, for the question. I think I did address your question when I spoke a little about raga. Actually, so there's quite a difference between the North Indian classical, or the South Indian classical raga system and the Dafa raga system. Though it is believed that the Dafa raga system is also derived from the Hindustani raga system itself. However, the difference that we can find is the Dafa music is quite structured the um, than its other counterparts. And the name of the ragas, on your question about the name of the ragas, so we have quite a number of ragas that the name that are practiced within North Indian or South Indian classical music. However, we cannot really say if these ragas are of similar feature and nature, also because the way raga music has been transmitted from generation to generation in our Neva society, and the way this music the raga tradition has been practiced in Indian regions is very different. I think that should be a very interesting research area itself, and I don't have much. I don't have that expertise to actually speak much on this aspect. And on another question that you asked, like in most of the Dafa songs, we find name of the kings at the end of the text. Actually, it's this tradition comes from comes mostly from the text writing phenomena that we can find around the South Asian region itself again. So if we go back to 11th or 12th century and we look onto the text, we do find that the person who writes the song writes his or her name at the end of the song. It's a kind of signature that they have practiced. And in Dafa songs, I believe the Dafa songs that were written at the very beginning, maybe they were written by the kings themselves, the royals themselves. That's why they left their signatures at the end of the song. And later on, how we see this tradition transitioning in within the tradition of Kathmandu Valley is even if the song is written by the general public or the layman, they started putting the name of the king itself as the signature at the end of the text. So I think it's interesting that it's interesting phenomena that through these signatures themselves we can actually realize and trace the history of the song itself, and also get an insight of the life or of the values of the times of certain kings and certain royals. Yeah, I hope I answered the question well.
Thank you, Indraman sir. Okay, and I want to ask that we can see Gara song in YouTube by different singer, right? And is there any possibilities that they could sing in track music
They could
by
sing.
they could sing in track sang this song Bhavan Gara Ganesh Gara in track music just like other ordinary songs, like, you know, is there any possibilities?
Oh, so you're trying to ask if we can make karaoke of Ganesh Kwara and then sing it in a karaoke music? No?
Yeah.
Is that your question? Um, I mean, it's a possibility, you know, that can happen. It has not happened by far, but I think it's very interesting, and you know, it's very interesting to observe that Newa community has been very open to change. I would say, and Dafa music itself has you know, remained flexible. I think that's one of the reasons why it has survived for this long time, despite the you know despite the domination of the caste tradition during the Rana Rhyme or during the Saha period. So we haven't seen that yet. That a song being sung in a karaoke form, but that might be a possibility. But however, to reach to that state, I think the first step would be, you know, no. I mean, we haven't found many people quite interested in singing Dafa songs. Uh, um, if we have to take names, we can actually count them in our fingers. I mean, uh, the people who come from this, you know, the musical background, the professional musical background. So uh, that's a possibility. I don't know what to say. That's a possibility. And for that, however, we have to, you know, पहिला त त्यसको लागि क्यारियोके म्युजिक बनाउने मान्छे नै चाहियो. क्यारियोके म्युजिकै बनाउनु पर्यो. अब क्यारियोके नै बनाउनको लागि चाहिँ दाफा म्युजिकमा त्यस्तो खालको लगाव र इन्ट्रेस्ट राखेर कोही आउनु पर्यो होइन. So I think that's a possibility. तर अब हुन्छ नै भने चाहिँ it might take some 5-10 years maybe. But that's an interesting question.
Okay, again we have Indraman. I guess he wants to ask something. Hello, Indraman sir.
I will ask again. That's one question to दाफामे रिसर्च या चाहिँ खासमा चाहिँ झिसा चाहिँ सो सिकिरहेको काठमाडौँ मल्लकालीन हिस्ट्री त चाहिँ झिसा त्यो खलाइ मुला लिसिबी कालमा चाहिँ हामीले दाफामेको परम्परा जुकिमा दिएको ज्यू भन्ने चाहिँ लेखेको लिसिबी कालमा परम्परा थियो कि थिएन?
Yeah, I forgot to address that question. So Indramanji, I should clarify that I am not an expert on the history of Dafa. My interest for Dafa music is only because it is community-based music, and my interest is on working with the community to, you know, revitalize the tradition. However, given my very basic research, so there are certain historians who say that okay, they can find traces of Dafa music, in the literary period themselves. So our Dafa expert, what he writes in his book is, so there used to be a music gutti during the literary period. So I think he mentions about an inscription from Nubu where which the inscription mentions about music kuti. And what Sri Ratnamananda assumes is uh, Dafa tradition, the foundation of Dafa tradition was laid on this very foundation of the music kuti. So I really cannot say if the Dafa music existed, the Dafa that we know today existed in the literary period itself, because we don't have songs coming from that period. The oldest song by far that we know in Dafa comes from the times of Mohendra Malla of Kathmandu, of Kantipur, some of other kings, and his counterparts. So Mohendra Malla, he comes from 15th century, and we do also have the other recorded history of Dafa music itself. So there's a Pawa painting. Drawn on a ceremony being performed at the Tolizu Mandir of Kantipur again, and there we see this is an assumption of Professor Richard Bidders. There we see a group of men playing an instrument, a keem as a kind of instrument. So I don't think I have that expertise to tell if the Dafa music comes from literary period or it comes from Malla period. But as far as of my research and my knowledge, I would say the Dafa music that we know today and the structure that it is today, maybe it was developed in the Malla period, but the foundation must have had, maybe the foundation was already there from the very literary period itself. So yeah, that's what I would say. So Neetu, I think we don't have much time, so I would like to divert this conversation to the gender inclusive placemaking that I was that's which is of my core interest regarding Dafa. So if that's okay.
Okay.
So I think we all are very aware about the fact that women, especially in Niwa communities, were barred from practicing music, were barred from observing the Nasada itself. So this we have seen this change. I mean, we have seen women practicing Niwa music, and the number of female practicing Niwa music has increased to great heights. But still, within Dafa music, we see very less of women participation. So here, with our partner, Donani, Dafa Khala, before 3 years from now, there were only men practicing the Dafa music. And it was not just men, but I would say it were the elder men who were practicing Dafa music, and the music was in the verge of extinction, because there was not the next generation to to carry the tradition forward. So as of our partnership, what we started doing with Dona and Dafa Khala was we started conducting various discussions and various conversations on how to revitalize the tradition itself, and if it's important to revitalize and revive this tradition. So often doing plenty of homeworks, we collaboratively with the masters of Dona and Dafa Khala came to a decision that we should invite the women of the community to into the music color. However, the women of the community weren't very interested in Dafa singing or Dafa playing itself. I mean, it's not. I think it's not just for women, but for many of the other music enthusiasts as well, Dafa tradition has not been able to, grab much of attention like other music traditions like Dini or Dhambaza. But anyways, how we started the journey was the women were to uh, interested to play flutes though. So after quite of discussions, we came to a decision that okay, we should welcome women to do what they are, what they what uh, what they are wanting to do. So the Donna in Dafa Kala started including women by initiating this flute apprentice flute, and now after some 2.5 years of engaging with the music itself, music of the Dafa Kala, and the participants, the apprentices of this flute are today also interested in singing that music and playing Hibaza. So, seeing this shift of interest, or seeing this interest grow from, like one music tradition to practicing other genre within the music tradition, it was quite interesting for me to observe. And as a vocalist myself, as a singer myself, who was first drawn to Dafa music because of its songs, I was very I was I was very filled with joy when women started to show interest in singing Dafa songs. So finally, after a homework of 2.5 years, women are finally coming forth and saying that okay, they want to learn Dafa songs, they want to sing Dafa songs, and they want to play Himbaza. So from June 1st, we are starting singing and Himbaza training within Tonani Daf Kala, and so this is being done through the folklore program again. And I would like to quickly give a few ideas on what other activities that folklore is doing within the community. So folklore runs different programs under headings of support and creatives, a bank, and calling. So under support, what we do is uh, we help the music community to build agency to revive and revitalize their tradition on their own. We support apprenticeship of the music tradition, and we also support the music community to create discourse within the community members. And under creatives, what we do is under our broader program creatives, what we do is we work with the community musicians to create new music, to create new songs, and to create and to reach out to new stages. So just recently, with the new apprentices of Tana in Dafakala, what we did was we created new songs and we participated in Echoes in the Valley Music Festival. That was of great motivation for most of the apprentices, and I think that's also from where the interest in singing Dafa song has risen. So under other broader work area uh, of bank, what we do is we record the songs. We sit with the masters of the music community, and then we record the songs which are at lyrics, obviously, because it's only the elder masters who know the song. And we also document the process of this collaborative engagement, so that the very methodology can be used by other practitioners like us. And under other broader heading, calling, what we do is we invite um, Dafa practitioners, we invite cultural experts, cultural enthusiasts, cultural academics in one place and discuss about the tradition, discuss, we do a kind of SWOT analysis where we speak about the strength of the tradition, the weaknesses, the spread and opportunities for the tradition. And we try to create a viable environment for the tradition to function. So that being said, if you want to learn more about how folklore has been working on Dafa tradition, you can go and search for um, Dafa calling. Uh, the spelling would be DAPHA Dafa and CALLINC calling. So we have some 16 videos on YouTube where we have produced different contents on Dafa tradition itself. These videos are on Nepal Bhasa language, they are on Nepali language, Khos language, they are also in English language. I think that that won't be a problem for any language speaker. Uh, so yeah, I just wanted to quickly share about the folklore and its work with Dafa.
Then okay, I will question you in Nepal Bhasa. This gulina motivate na dilani Dafa khala pinta tana ni Dafa. Wake up when you female participants go madu ecoji ji khana wala gulli newa mista khana wala ana equals in the valley performance go the gomis the time is it and gomis to motivate the suffer zilla.
So actually, when we started, when I came in contact with Tom and Dafa in the beginning of 2020, 2020, like women would not even enter the akachi. They would just stand outside of the door, and I would be the only woman inside the akachi. However, today, the whole scene is so different. So we were able to bring in some 50 apprentices for the flute apprenticeship that was announced in 2021, and out of 50 apprentices, some the number of women is 35 to 40, so that's the range. So 80% of the apprentices are now female, and I think it's interesting to observe, and it's very heartwarming as well that the dedication that female have for the practice is so different. I think through the music practice and through the akhoche, they have been able to come out of their the sphere that they were earlier in. They have been able to come out of their home. So it's very wonderful to see them come out and be able to interact with the larger society. So yeah, the number of female is quite high than that of men today.
Okay. Sudah tahu yang terjadi jisa Dafa mihalami Pushpa Palanchoke Dafa khalambala yana chipini pahe na we kayata sunan hisata dugu jisa Zoom pahe jia digu jisa halona okay he Facebook pahe live jia live jia jana digu Facebook live comments jana na we kayata nata ya di pai. I say okay, now can we move on to our next performance since we have planned for two Dafa performance, right?
Yes. So okay, I think we all have already run out of time, but if you allow me. So this another song. I had a few options with me, but I think I'll sing this one. This song is I learned this song from Triratnamanandar Guru of Chasadya Dafa from Kathmandu, and he taught me this song in 2021. The song is about the Vajra Yogini of Sakhu, and I decided to sing this song, given given this scene where a lot of women who have been sexually harassed are voicing up, are coming out and voicing themselves. And I mean, if there's anyone out there who's watching this, so who's listening to me, I would like to dedicate this particular song to them. So the song, this particular Dafa song, it sings about the feature of goddess Vajra Yogini. So Vajra Yogini is a deity who is arrayed in color, and Vajra Yogini signifies youth, and also the the power that a woman has. So here I go. And while I sing this song, I would like us to visualize the red color and the power that the red color can entice entice in us, the color of blood itself, the color of life itself. So here I go. I'll try to make this short. Jaya Jogi Jagatai Jaya Jogi Jagatai Mani Chora
Thank you so much. Okay, we're running out of time, and thank you so much for giving us your time. And we had Radhika Rasmandari. Okay, this is Lafa sir. Radhika sir.
Okay, जसलाई पानी मैले यो सिक्किम त मेरो नेपाल भाषा ठुला अंग्रेजीको खलामाउला कठिला अलमल जो दा त्यसो सुभाषमा खला सुभाषमा प्रश्न दिने छ के नेपाल भाषा
बोल्नु पर्यो भने चाहिँ म व तर प्रश्न चाहिँ छु
मलाई स्टप कन्भिनियन्ट दिका I'm catching two original record do she not haldio mew र छौ प्रश्न होला मेउ चाहिँ आमा मे छुछु चाहिँ इन्स्ट्रुमेन्ट थाइ आकल्ला जिन चाहिँ चिन्छु थान्देलम होला आमा मेहालिबले आमा दाफा मेहालिबले छुछु instrument musical instrument use what are the instruments used while singing this Dafa song
So the song that I sang, it's a Dafa song itself. So you won't be able to find any recording out there in YouTube. However, I do have recordings from Triratna Manandar Guru. So if you want, um, I can take permission from the Guru and then share it with you. Besides that, I did try to record it on my own. This song, however, I mean it's in the process, and I haven't been able to release it out. So regarding your second question, so given it's a Dafa song, it is accompanied by Ghee Baza itself, the barrel drum, um, and Ta. So in Dafa tradition, we don't call this tinchu because tinchu is usually smaller in size, but but yes, the symbols that is used in Dafa, it's larger in size and it's also heavier. So it's called Ta. And with Ta, Ta is also accompanied by another symbols. It's another symbol that's thin plated. I mean, this is thick plated, and there's another symbol that's called Baucha. Somewhere it's also called Babucha. So the other instruments is thin plated. It's so this in this song. Baucha is also played, but given I don't have other accompanist, I had to take support of this only. So yeah.
Well, by the way, Dr. Triratna Manandar knows me. I was a teacher in school. So it will be very, nice just to send us the World Neva organization to preserve that music from the Manandar community. I know they have lots of tradition relating to Neva civilization. In the field of music, just today only I came to learn about the Dafa system of music they are using since long time ago. So you will not find any objection from Triratna Manandar if you just say that, either World Neva organization or Dwarika Raj Bhandari, who was your teacher.
Yes, absolutely.
Because I have heard quite a lot.
And
yeah, please go ahead.
I wanted to just share about this book. So this book is is titled Hade, and this was published by Triratna Manandar himself.
Okay.
So this book is in it's all in Nepal Bhasa. So I think it's really nice to have this copy of the Nepal Bhasa organization. So it's a collection of the songs. Triratna Manandar, he has incorporated songs of some 8 Dafa colors in this book. So yeah, I think you can get that book. That would be.
Yes. Yeah. So I think World Neva organization can maintain the book. We'll try to get that. Okay, nice.
Sure.
Thank you. But you never talked in Nepal Bhasa?
Jita bad laita चाहिँ अप्ठ्यारो चाहिँ
भातको तर दिशाबी मुख थाको भाजेको दिशाबी थाको का वेन चिता यो कोहीको सुभा ला यो कोहीको सुभा का
Thank you so much, Arim, for your valuable time. And before we wrap up today's session, do you have any message for those who are watching?
Firstly, thank you so much again, World Neva organization, and I really appreciate what the World Neva organization has been doing since long. Besides that, through folklore, we are trying to conduct different kind of activities. So for now, like I stated earlier, we like we annually do this session called Dafa calling. So in this program that we conduct this towards the end of December, and in this forum, we invite Dafa practitioners, we invite academicians to speak on tradition and come with solutions to revitalize the tradition itself. So maybe for this year again, we will be doing another session of Dafa calling towards the end of December, November. So it would be really nice to collaborate with organizations like World Name Organization itself, or maybe with other kind of enthusiasts who want to work on this field. And besides that, we are a community-based music program, and we are very open to collaborations. We believe in power of community music, and also we believe in power of collaborations. And if you have new ideas and you want to collaborate to work within your music community, we would be more than happy to connect and work and bring about change in the local community. Yeah. Once again, thank you so much, Neetu, and
Thank you,
for the
King.
organization.
Thawai jazali ji sa dafa mi halami meju Pushpa Palanchoke ji na pakhala bala yana kujula ate kane विशेष आज कथा कने या नेता तिताइले जिसा WDV 300 एपिसोड सेलिब्रेशन या तिन गुदु दिसे कवि केसरी जितेन्द्र हृदय या सचिव जिंखुको गो बुदी या लास्टाइल मति ज्याजोना या तिन गुदु नका जानकारी विषय थाने त जबानी बाजना दिमागा
उच्चारौ दाफा म्युजिकको नोटेसन चाहिँ सबै पुक गामे अस्ने डोला मोर्ला अस्ने तुलागर त्यो जिसु पकाना तर म्युजिक नोटेसन चाहिँ अठ्या खला पुरासे कि पा सुर पा छेचुवा जुला होला बजरबारी थया थासे वो ले पुक थासे वे ख
त्यो चाहिँ फरक पर्छ सर वो चाहिँ पा नै भन्नुपर्छ so if we go from one neighborhood to another neighborhood like when within a city I won't say it's very different but the way people sing certain pronounce certain words or like take certain nuances it's different and also though some songs might be in same rag but still people different type of colors prefer to sing the same song or the same rag in different tal also so you can understand it this way like